I can't hear you. I just muted you, so I can't hear you. We're gonna get going. I really try to get started right at 9:30, 9:31. Those of you who want to come on early, I wasn't on that early this morning, but I usually try to get on a couple minutes beforehand. I see you, Chrissy. Everybody's muted. We're getting going. So here we go. Ruby's in her place, sleeping. No telling where. Oh, there's Mac. Anyway, we're ready to go. So I'm doing better. So now we're going to embark upon doing a lot of fully loaded things today as I keep working. So we're going to work body weight right now. So let's just start with arm swing. See that? So here's the deal. The minute I start to do this arm swing thing, and I've gone over this like before ad nauseum, I'm going to do it again because we are creatures of habit. And the minute we take a step forward, guess what we do with our body positioning? Yeah, we take a step forward and we do this. So let's kind of walk back here. Take a big breath through the nose. Yeah. And before you even take steps, I want you to just act like you're riding on a horse. See what I'm doing? Act like I'm riding on a horse. So I'm not specifically pushing my butt back, but I am specifically bending my knees. When I do this, okay, I just want to go into I'm not doing a full range. I'm going into a little horse riding thing. And when I get to this point, and it's the lowest point for me, see, when I do that, if you go any lower, which you can, I want to keep your heels on the ground is the point, okay? So it's a down, up. It's a down, up. It's that simple, okay? And if you have issues with arms, with hip joint, elbow, shoulder, you see what I'm doing? So I'm not trying, again, I'm not trying to push my butt back. I'm simply going down like I was doing a little horse ride like this. So it's imperative that you keep your rib cage up when you're doing this little motion. It's a down, up, down, up. I keep my chin tucked. And I'm just bringing my thumb to my shoulder. See that? When I come up, I want to pop straight up. So it's a this and it's a this. And then I may stay down there and do little tiny presses. Do not try to push your butt back. Your butt's going to go back a little. Keep your rib cage up. Take a big breath through the nose. So it's a down, 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 down. See this little pressing? My feet are straight forward. My rib cage is definitely up. And at the end of a series of these little down ups, I'm going to pop up. And when I say pop up, I mean straighten your legs, okay? Take a big deep breath through the nose. You should notice, if you're doing all this with me, that you're demanding more oxygen. You're having to breathe quicker or deeper. That's the point. I'm trying to get you to wake up the biggest muscles in your body by doing a very simple, I'm trying to cue you so you'll remember this. And the best way I can say is a horsey ride. Like, you know, when we were little kids, or when you're talking to your grandkids, oh, let's do a little horsey ride. See this? See this? Okay, now we're going to reach out, pull the elbows back. When I do this series right here, and if you'll notice, when I go down up, my feet are shoulder width. They're not in here. They're not way out here. they're just like if I was going to do a walk. That's why I had you do a walk at the very beginning of this warm-up, because I want you to establish hip width. And as you go down and up, you keep your chin tucked, shoulders down. And now, other than just doing this, now what I'm wanting you to do is pull back, reach out, pull back, keep your chin tucked. And as I go into that little lowering of the center of gravity and that little gravity into that little horsey ride, so to speak, see, your butt is going to come out. And and I'm coming up each time. Now I'm popping up. See, I'm going down and I'm popping up. But I'm going to stay down because I'm going to now pull those shoulders back. So at first, I was simply doing this. See? Now I'm going to go back. And then as I reach forward, I got to sit back into my heels because that is going to keep the pressure off the knees in a bad way and on the surrounding muscles of the knees in a good way. Okay? So I hope this is making sense. So now I'm going to go reach, pull back, reach, pull back, reach, pull back. Yeah, bring those elbows almost like you're trying to touch them. Now, while you're doing this, and see, I popped right back up, I am going to be feeling my back extensors. That's why this is such a good move to get warmed up with, okay? You can walk around all you want, but I am stepping my toe with you into loading when I go into this move. See? So right here, ribcage up, pressing into the feet, all the foot, but especially the heel. And now I'm going to do some repeats. You ready? So I'm up here. I'm going to come down and reach. And I'm going to stay down there. I'm going to go pull, pull, pull. Keep your chin tucked. Keep your chin tucked. See, I'm staying low. I'm not popping up. Breath. Bring those elbows back. Shoulders down. Breathing through the nose. Elbows back. Yeah, all the way back. Big breath. Stay down. Stay down. We're doing a little tiny, like, horsey ride. That type of a thing. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Couple more. Stay with me. Stay with me. Big breath. Big breath. Okay, now I'm going to pop up. Pop up. See that? Pop up. Come back down. Pop up. Come back down. Pop up. And come back down. Okay, now we're going to step out. Okay? And we're going to reach out. And we're going to go into a little bit of a side lunge. See that? So I'm standing here. I'm going to step out. And I'm going to sink a little. But notice I'm not hip hinging on purpose. Sorry, I'm going to cough still. I'm opening. See, as I open, my shoulders go down. The knee is bent. This knee is straight. Tuck in my chin, so pretend I'm right with you. And if you were out here just now when I said tuck in your chin, that's what I want you to think about. See, I'm dropping here, but I'm tucking. See that? And I'm opening. See that hinge? Yeah, bring it back here. So I'm right here, and I'm opening way back as I sink. Right there. So I'm doing body weight loading, especially through the big muscles in the legs. Take a big breath. I'm just going to do this 3 times. Take a big breath. Thumb is up right here. Thumb is out right here. See how I'm going to open? If that gives me trouble in my shoulder, I'll, first of all, soften my elbow. Yeah, soften it. Drop your shoulder. Drop the whole arm down and then go out. So if you can't do this full rotation here and something hooks up, something just, it won't work. Drop your shoulder, drop your arm, keep going open, thumb is up, and then come back in. See how I stayed in this position that whole time? There's a reason. And then come back and come back, okay? I got my chair here. You have to adjust things however you need to. So what I'm trying to do is to start doing functional rotations and moving through some very important joints, okay? So every once in a while, I try to give you a little view of what I'm trying to do. Okay. See, I'm going to go step out like this. Let me ask you a question. When you start to step out, what happens with you up here? I kind of know. This is what happens. See, I didn't even say anything. I just stepped my foot out. And when you go to step out or to move in any way, what do? We typically cave through our back because we do this. We step out and we lean in. See that? That's what I don't want you to do. Okay. Pretend I'm behind you. Rib cage. I'm pulling your rib cages up. Okay. Soften up your knees. Don't really bend them. Soften them. Step out without hunching forward. Yes. So rib cage up, drop your shoulders, step out, and do that little knee bend right there. Okay? So my feet are forward, little knee bend. You'll do a little hip hinge, but you're not caving up here. What does that look like? This is what it looks like. When you go to step out, you just invariably round up and you do that and you lean forward. So I'm saying switch things up and don't do that. So retraining is hard, but as I step out, I say rib cage up, really pronounced rib cage up. Drop my shoulders, breathing in through the nose, bend that knee. Yeah, you will bend a little through here, but you're not going to cave on me. So keep saying rib cage up. If you're doing this correctly, you should feel powerful contractions through your back muscles. Then you're going to take your arm, that one on the outside here. The thumb is going up and we're going open. See that? I'm opening. And you can put this hand out, just straight out. See, I'm palm down. This one, the thumb is up. And I'm opening. Okay? Try not to turn your upper body. See, I don't want to turn my upper body. I want to pull my arm back. This is for K. This one's all K's fault. Everybody, I hope you heard this. So bend that knee, say rib cage up, open that arm back, but don't turn your upper body. Bring it back. Here we go. Press down. Remember that little pulsing I did at the beginning? Same thing, only to the side. Rib cage up. Here we go. This is thumb is, palm is down. This one, palm is open. Open, 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 open. Don't move your body. Stay right here. Keep going back with your arm, but not your upper body. Take a big breath. And what do you do if you get stuck in your shoulder? What do? You drop your whole arm and you bend your elbow a little. And you go ahead and hinge it open as far as you can while you're sinking into that knee. Yeah, just like that. Pull, pull, pull. This is case. Move. And then bring it back. Okay, if you're getting tired, drop your shoulders, drop. If you have some shoulder issues, you're going to be tired on something like that move if you did it correctly. Now, if you just go, full rotation through your waist, then you're using other muscles. I want you to really open through here is the point. That way, the thumbs up, and I don't rotate, okay? So this is going to be important in just a minute. So stay with me. So I'm going to step 1, 2, 3. See, 1, 2, 3. And there that very important question arises right here. Right here is where you retrain yourself. The minute you take the first step, many of us, and I include me in this because this is what you do if you're not mindful in the way you move. When you take that first step, I'm going to turn to the side so you see what I'm doing. You go like this because you're not thinking. I know it. I caught you. So let's not do that. Okay, I'm going to take a step, bring the thumb to the shoulder. I'm coughing. Step. And what am I doing? Instead of leaning forward in that thing that we don't want to do, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop my center of gravity by bending more at the knees. See? Yeah, so I have to stop and hesitate and retrain. This is going to be very important in just a minute. This move is going to be very important. Why? Because, let me just tell you what we're going to do. Okay, move back. And when you walk back, same thing. Same thing. Say rib cage up, drop your shoulders, breathing through the nose. And when you walk back, you don't want to cave. Pretend, so this I'm giving you a little preview, that we have our weights. We're going to pick them up here in just a second. So I take a step and I just bring my shoulder, my thumb to my shoulder. I have a weight. Let's pretend I have a weight. Let's start with lightweight. Okay. See that? See that? Okay. If I go and put weights on you and I allow you to do what we typically do when we take that first step, and you got weights, and you go like this, and you cave, and then you bring that weight here, do you see how much negative pressure that's going to put on your vertebrae? I know it. Takes time. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to add the weight. So I'm going to start with 6. That's light for me. Whatever light for you looks like. Heck, it could be 8. That'd be fine. However, if you haven't dealt with that forward leaning that we all will do, unless we get called on it, then I wouldn't go up in much past 8 pounds for sure. Okay? Because you're asking for trouble. Because when you go and put a weight on a bent twig, it's going to crack. You know? But if you take a stick and it's straight and you put a weight on it, it won't crack. Okay, I do this with paper. I roll up a piece of paper and I put a book on top of it. It's the same principle. And I'm going over this ad nauseum because it is such a pervasive habit that we start to do when we start having diagnoses like osteoporosis, like spinal stenosis, especially. That's just a narrowing in of all those vertebrae. Degeneration of the vertebrae of our joints. We cave. So now I have 6 and 6, and I'm hesitating in a forward ambulation, and I'm taking the time to retrain myself. See, as I come back, I want to say rib cage up because I've added now 12 pounds. And so when I do this little ambulation, okay, I want to do that motion that I went over at the very beginning of our class today, which is this right here. See this? See this? That's it. And down at the bottom of it, now I've got 12 pounds. So if I went down and I caved like we normally do when we start to move forward, say rib cage up, I got 12 pounds now that's hanging off my shoulders, okay? And when I go to do that little horsey ride, ask yourself, am I doing this? See, I don't want to do that. That's not what I want to do. Okay, so retrain. Woo! So I'm going to call this retraining the slouch. It starts at the first step. It starts actually before the first step. So whenever that you pop up, just now, see how I popped up? I push my legs back. I come into this, I pop up. And when I'm in this position, I want to squeeze my gluteals. Just like you were getting a shot right there. Okay? Now I'm going to bring into the arm movement, the hinging. So this is lightweight. This is perfect time to do hinging because what do we normally do? We normally just do what we just started with. And we only do that. Well, your shoulder is meant to move in full rotations. So now I'm going to do that little down and up, and I'm going to move into a hinging motion. So with my arms. So here's my weights. I'm going to step. I'm going to do that little hinging down, and I'm going to open here, and I'm going to come right in, and I'm going to open here, and I'm going to check out how does my shoulder feel when I do a hinge, weighted. Take a breath and bring it back. Take a breath and bring it back. Now hold it right there. Bend that back knee and up. Back knee and up. Don't grip the barrel of the weights. Loosen up your grip. But you're holding your elbows down and you're holding your hands right at shoulder level. See, it's a bent. It's that little hinging motion in through your knee, and then you pop back and come back. Bring it in, bring it down. Step back. Okay, don't forget which leg was out first. Okay, stay with me. I'm going to take a step. Okay, so there's my split stance. I'm not doing what today? Slouching. I'm not rounding up. Okay, my rib cage is up. I took that. I'll turn here to the side so you see what I'm doing. I just took a step. I'm going to hinge just like we did with both legs to start with. Remember? Okay, so you got the stance. So soft knees. Say rib cage up. Yeah. When I say rib cage up, I think of Julia. She's my dancer in class currently. Okay, every once in a while, Judy pops in. And good for her. She's doing some great things with dancing competitions. Yay! So I hope she's getting great benefit from this. But I think of Julia when I say rib cage up, because that's one of the premier moves that a dancer has to do. You can't slouch. You gotta say rib cage up. Take a big deep breath. Here I go. Bend that knee and up. Do not lead with your elbow here. Your hand and your elbow is going in same plane of motion. If it's too high and it bothers your shoulder, drop and come forward and open. We still need to hinge and try to open. If that bothers you, then try to do the hinge with no weights. No weights, no weights. Take a big breath. Woo! Breath. Yeah, bring the elbow and the hands at the same time. Just two more, just two more. Stay with me. Stay with me, stay with me, stay with me. And come back. Bring them down and bring them down. Step back. Okay? I know it. All right. Now we're going to do a full fold and put our weights down. We've done a lot of these today, this morning, right? This is a very important move to prime so many muscles, especially your ambulatory muscles, okay? So we did a lot of these, kind of like a semi squat. Don't specifically push your butt back. You bend, you come down, you stay rib cage up, go down as far as you feel you can. Keep your heels down. Keep your chin tucked. Breathing in through the nose. Now go on down. Go on down. Press into the heels. Press into the heels. Go down as far as you feel you can. Put those weights down. Try not to let them drop. Go down a little bit more. And then come back up. All the way up to standing. Yeah. Bring your hands. Take one hand and go, I don't care which. Big breath. And go over here and just grab your ear. See that? Then bring it back. I'm going to do these little challenges all throughout this morning. Okie dokie. So we'll do that again. So I'm just standing here. I just turn so you can see what I'm doing. See how I'm bringing this right over here? And I'm grabbing my ear? Yeah. So I don't want to be doing this. See? I want my hand and my shoulder to be able to come up and grab my ear right there. Don't do the head tilt. You know what happens when you head tilt? That's called cheating. Don't head tilt. There's huge studies done actually on head tilters. And who knows, you may be one. So here I am, I'm gonna do one more time. So I'm just standing with my feet at shoulder width. My tummy's in, my shoulders are down, my rib cage is lifted, and my chin is tucked, okay? I'm gonna take that same arm. I'm not gonna tilt my head. I'm gonna bring my hand all the way over and grab my ear. If you can, go ahead and put that, touch the lobe of your ear. See, that makes you go even further. You're acting like you're putting your elbow straight up. And then you come back down, okay? Then I want you to just rotate. See that? And then you rotate back. And you rotate. And what do you do with your elbow? Yeah, you're trying to keep it up there. And you're going to find a sticking point. That's very, very common, okay? So keep your shoulder down. It's right here. We just got through coming up over, coming back, okay? You should be feeling pressure on all four corners of your feet right now, okay? And then you rotate. See that? And you try to keep that elbow up without bringing your shoulder up. I know it. I caught you. Some of you are doing this. How do I know this? I just know this because I understand slugs. Okay, take a big breath. Take a walk back. Take a walk back. Take a walk back. Take a walk forward, forward, forward. Okay? Hip width apart. Soften up the knees. Go through the mantra. What's the mantra? First of all, breathe in through that nose. Out through the nose, if possible. Drop your shoulders, rib cage up. Squeeze your butt. Take your other hand and you're going to raise it and then curve it and come down here and grab your top of your ear. Okay? Now, right now, tell yourself to drop your shoulders. Yeah. Take a big breath. Now, if you can, don't tilt your head and go a little further with your fingertips here to touch your lobe of your ear. And the elbow is pointing straight up. I know. And then come back down and come back down. And when you come here, keep it at this point. Say rib cage up, drop your shoulders, rotate, rotate, rotate. So this one's my hard one. This is my tricky shoulder. And I can see that I got lots of work to do. right, in my rotation. But do not do a compromise here and lift your shoulder. Don't do that. Drop everything and rotate lower. See that? So if this position gives you a problem, and you know it's a problem because when I come here, if I try to put my hand down further on this side, I start to lift my shoulder. See, don't do that. Drop everything. I want you to get to where you can train and work through those sticking points. And if it ain't going in that position. Okay? So say rib cage up, breathe through the nose. Okay? So here I am, and I just did this, right? So I'm going to bring my hand lower, and I'm going to rotate. See, in a full rotation. And I can do it here. I can't do it up here because of my particular shoulder injury. I know it. But then we got to start addressing these joints that don't work properly for us. Then the reason that's important is because if your joint's not working properly, and shoulder joints are meant to do a full rotation with no pain, you start losing muscle. That's the problem, okay? So here we go again. I wanted to do that. Now, pretend that you were doing these rotations with 2 pounds, 5 pounds. I know it. I'm not going to do it, but I'm telling you that's where we should be able to go. Okay, I'm going to step into my arena here. So I wanted to just lay that out there, that rotation. So again, real quickly, see, you do this, you go down lower, you get that elbow up. Then when you bring it back here, see if it's a problem for you to do a full rotation without lifting your shoulder, then go lower. Do the full rotation, just lower. Do it on both of them. So I'm just recapping, see? And if I keep my arm here and then I'm like, oh, I can't. So see that right now, it's even better than it was before. I will lower it and I will rotate and then I will come back, okay? Now here I am, I'm gonna go folding, drop my chin, grab your weights, drop your butt a little more, a little more, a little more, and then come back and come back and come back. Yeah, bring the weights right here, bring the weights right here, bring the weights right here. Then bring them in, and then bring them down, okay? Take a big breath. Are you ready? Shoulders stay down. I'm gonna do that little horsey ride. See that little horsey ride? I'm right down here in the as far down as I can go, comfortably doing these little pulses. Then I'm gonna come up, bring them open, take a big breath, bring them back in, and bring them back in. Yeah, now I'm gonna put the weights down, and I'm gonna go up. Okay, up and wait. Yes. Okay, now I'm gonna stand in front of my chair in case I want to sit down. All right, so I'm right here. A second. I think I have to pull this so you can see what I'm doing here. A little bit this way. Okay, right there. Okay. Okay, here we go. You ready? So I'm going to go a little wider in my stance here. So my feet are going to be right in front of my chair legs, my little kitchen chair. Okay. So I'm going to come down. I'm going to go a little lower. I'm going to actually sit, and then I'm going to come right back up. Okay, now stay with me on this. I just added 9 and 9. Okay. We're right here, right here on my quads. See that? Take a big breath through the nose. Yes. Breath through the nose, out through the nose. Wide stance. Come down. Big breath. Come all the way down. Big breath, all the way down, all the way down. Go ahead and sit for just a second and then come right back. Okay? Now, we're going to do a couple more of these. How many does that mean? Kathy will tell you, she will roll her eyes when I say a couple, because that could be 2 or 20. So, now I have 18 pounds coming down on all my joints, right? I'm coming down. I'm going all the way into a sit down, but I'm not going to rest there. And I'm going to come back. This is how I want you to approach sitting down and standing up all day today. See here, I'm going to go right down here. I'm going to go sit, and then I'm going to stand right back up. Okay? Stay with me. Keep your chin tucked. Drop your shoulders. We're going to go down, down, down. Heels, 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 heels. Breath. Exhale. Breathe in. Down, 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 down. Breathe in. Exhale. Okay? So here's the deal. Anybody, any of us, could get into a habit of doing compensatory moves in order to stand up. What does that mean? We would rather do anything than to engage the muscles that I want you to. That's what that means. Breathe in. So I want you to stay fully ready to go. Don't rest on your laurels, in other words. We're right here, we come right back. See that? We go all the way down, we go into our heels, and we don't sit around. We want to make sure that we have equal pressure on our feet, on our heels, especially come back up. Don't get into these compensatory move of using momentum. You don't want to use momentum. You want to use those muscles. You come down just enough to where you have to release and then quickly contract right there. Woo! Take a breath. Breath. Stay in your heels. Stay wide. Don't let your knees cave on you when you're coming up. Stay equal. So those of us who have knees and hips replaced, it's very tempting to use the stronger leg. Try to equal out. Take a breath. Okay. Okay, 3 more. Stay with me. We can do this. We can do this. Don't swing. Okay. We got 1 more after this one. Stay with me. Stay with me. And come up. Yay. Bring those weights right there. Do that little tiny sit down, stand up. See that? Sit down, stand up. Yeah. Breath. Shoulders down. Little tinies. 1 more. Now hold it right there. Bring those arms right to the side with the weights. And all you're going to do is come up and open those arms against the weight. Big breath. Boom. Equal pressure on the feet. Boom. Right back. Right there. Right there. Here we go. Push. Big breath. Push. Tighten up the backs of those arms. Push right there. Woo! Take a breath. Push. So this is the second set, maybe third set of our semi-sit to stands. Okay? Keep your chin tucked. Do not lean in. Do not hunch. Say rib cage up. When you come up, push those arms back so you feel that contraction in the backs of those arms right there. Take a breath. Ah. Okay, 3 more. We got it. Okay, 2 more. Here we go. Really push them back. Shoulders are down. Breath. Woo! Right there. Okay. Now I'm going to step right here. And I'm going to go back. Do you remember? I had you just walk. And I had you bring your thumb to your shoulder. Remember that? Okay, so now I'm doing it with 9 pounds and 9 pounds. I know. So I'm going to walk back. I'm going to take a big deep breath. Okay. So you have whatever weight you can handle with good mechanics. But when I take a step and I bring the thumb to the shoulder, I say rib cage up. I want to really be contracting my back muscles right there. Yes. Then you come back down. You walk back. Let's do one more walk forward with our 18 pound load coming through the spine. So that would be 9 here, 9 here. Take a big deep breath. Okay, remember at the very beginning of class when I was doing this and I took that step, okay, just stay with me on this, y'all. I'm trying to show you something here that I know most of us are doing. When you take that first step, instead of saying rib cage up and really lifting, I know what we do. We take a step and we hunch. So I'm telling you, this is what it takes to help retrain that. So line yourself up, soften your knees. Take the step, now say rib cage up. Yeah. So that when you do that forward motion, you're not hunching because you don't want to hunch. That's the goal, is to stand straighter. I know it. Walk back, walk back, walk back, walk back. Okay, now we're going to take these. Take a big deep breath. Remember how I told you this was going to come into play when I was doing those warm-up moves? Now I'm going to take a step out and do that side lunge move, but I'm not going to excessively bend forward. I'll turn here to the side so you see what I'm talking about. When you step wide and you bend your knee, I'm not going to go down super like far, but I'm right here. Do you see that move? This is a very important move to get right. Okay? See that? My feet are forward. I'm bending one, and I've got 18 pounds now pulling through my shoulders and my back. And then I come back up. Okay? This is a very important move to get right. Take a big breath. Bend the knee. Your hip will bend some, but say rib cage up. Right there. Right there. Pull. Come right back down. Boom. Right back down. Ah. Say rib cage up, drop my shoulders. Pull. Take a big breath in through the nose. Here we go. Ah. Go as far as you can, and then pull straight against that with my shoulders pulling together. Shoulders pulling together. One more. Pull. Nice. Bring that leg in. We're going to get ready to go to the other side. Before we do that, we're going to take a little intercept. Okay? Take a breath. Go down into a fold. Look at my knees. Don't let them go in or out. And then come back. See that? Open the hands. Close the hands. Take a big breath. Rib cage up. Open. See that? Close. Very important move to reset the shoulder, reset the upper back, and come back in, okay? One more time, here we go. Open, 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 pull those thumbs all the way back, rib cage up, come back down. Okay, get ready. Big breath. We'll go down and grab those weights. I got a 9 and a 9, okay? The pull mostly, of course, is gonna be in the legs, but especially across the shoulders and the back of the arms, okay? As you're pulling. It's all coming from the middle upper back. Here we go. Take a big breath. You're gonna fold. Don't let those knees go in or out. Keep your chin tucked. Go down as far as you can. Hang out down here for a little bit. Hang out. And come up, 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 up. Step out. And you're gonna sink. See that? So I have my weights. Say rib cage up. I know it. This ain't a dance class. You have to think about this, okay? Not that you don't have to think about all those steps in dance, you do. But if you have wonky hips, I'm telling you, I feel it on this one for me. This is my non-replaced, this is my replaced, and this one's talking. I know it. I can hear you now. You better go get that checked out. I know it. Take a big breath. Go as far as you feel you can. Take a big breath. Okay, rib cage up. You're gonna come up and over. See that? Push, push, push. Boom. And come back. Here we go. Push. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Here we go. Push against that load. Pull back. So it's just a push and pull. I know it. Here we go. Push and pull. Rib cage up. Big breath. Wah! Right across the upper back. Shoulders. Big breath. 2 more. That's it. 2 more. Stay with me. Da! 1 more. And out. Nice. Okay. You're going to put these weights down. Okay. And you notice I have my gloves on. I have my gloves on for good reason. So I'm going to go up in weight. Okay. So I'm going to open up. I'm going to grab my weights again. Okay. So here I am in front of my little chair. And what did I pick up? I picked up a 12 and a 12. Do you see how I just did that? So I'm standing here. Hopefully you have a little heavier load. I'm going to draw my shoulders. Breathe in through my nose. I'm going to keep my elbows right here. I'm going to bring this up, just right here to the front of my shoulders, and bring it down. See that? I'm not doing a fast move, but I am curling this to touch the front of the shoulders and then back down. My knees are soft, and I'm just curling. And the biggest thing that you should notice is my elbows. They're staying right at my waist. Okay? Take a big breath through the nose. Woo! And come back. Breath through the nose. Here we go. And come back. I know it. Couple more. Okay? And you notice what I'm doing with my legs? I'm doing a little mini horsey ride. Remember at the very beginning? See this? I'm doing a very little mini, but I'm keeping my rib cage up as I do this very close to the body curl. Big breath. Boom. And I'm going straight into that pop up. See that? Keep your chin tucked. Take a big breath. Take a big breath. Now we're going to bring them up. and up. We're gonna open, we're gonna close. And see, I have them resting on my shoulders. So I'm gonna go open and close. Take a big breath. Woo! And come back. So let them rest on your shoulders. It's perfectly fine. Release your grip. They're on your shoulders. Take a big breath. In through the nose, out through the nose. In through the nose, out through the nose. Two more, two more. Here we go. And here we go. Bring them right here. We're gonna go, remember the little sit to stand? Remember, I told you this, now I want you to sit down all today. Actually all week. Now I got 12 and 12. I'm gonna barely sit and then I'm gonna come back. But here's the deal. All bets are off if you jump to get out of your chair. I know you did. See, I caught you. Are you ready? Here we go. Do not jump. Put it all in the legs. It's a smooth press up and a controlled move down. Right here. Big breath. Barely touch. Come back. Breath. Drop your shoulders. Woo! Don't jump on me. Don't do it. Take a breath. I know you want to, but don't do it. It's a squeeze. Right here. Squeeze the muscles. Yes. Keep your chin tucked. Squeeze. Okay, just two more. Stay with me. Don't stop. Here we go. Don't jump. Take a breath. This is it. This is it right now. Yeah. And come up. Nice. Okay, put these weights down. Good. Okay. Now we come up. We come open. We turn our palms up. Just like that. See that? We hip hinge. We take one hand and go up over the back. One hand. See how the palm is facing down right now? Keep my chin tucked. Over the back. Tucked. Over the back. Take a big breath. Rib cage up. No swinging. You're pulling it back over your shoulders. Back over your back. Okay? Now, rotate that hand and the palms are up. See that? Come down, rotate, 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 and come up. Palms up. Rotate, rotate, rotate. And there you get the palms up again. Rotate to keep the palms up. And you're doing that little pop up. See that? I'm just playing on what we did at the very beginning. Bring them up, up, up. Turn, rotate, rotate, rotate. Keep your shoulders down. Shoulders down, shoulders down, shoulders down. Breath, keep your chin tucked. Two more of these, two more. Stay with me. Rotate, palm up. Woo! And come back. One more, one more, one more. And come back. And come back. Yay! Open those hands. Just like that. Pull the thumbs back. Pull the thumbs back. We want to do 30. We'll do a couple. Okay? Take a big breath. Take a big breath. Palms are up. Palms are up. Palms are up. Keep your shoulders down. Big breath. Nice walk. Do not cave. Do not cave. Keep your shoulders down and bring them down. And back and forth. Palms in. I know it. Okay. Just remember, drop your shoulders. Do a little turn, little turn. The retraining to help you not get into syndrome that almost all your friends are into, and we are too if we aren't mindful of it. Your retraining starts that first step. The minute you take that first step, soften your knees and say rib cage up. Soften your knees and say rib cage up. It will work. Okay. Okay, you little slugs, go have a good day.